Hey, good afternoon, everybody. This is Mr. O'Rourke. For those of you who don't know me, I am the AP World teacher. I know quite a few of you because either because your older brothers and sisters have taken my courses, or I've met you in lunch duty or around the school. But I think I know at least half of you, at least by sight, and you probably know me because you've been walking by my room for the last 3 years, and me growling at you. Just a little bit about AP World History, but I'm going to start with a little bit about me. Okay, this video, first of all, is designed to just get you an overview of the course, some things you can expect going forward, and then we'll talk a little bit about the summer assignment. And I do have some other videos embedded into that summer assignment for you to watch. Okay, so a little bit about me. I've been teaching in Onondaga. I just finishing up my 10th year at Onondaga. I came to here as a second career person. I spent 20 years in the sales world before I got into teaching, and my long hair here because of coronavirus is bothering me. But I am a very AP World is kind of my real bailiwick. I love this course. I am a AP reader. I actually grade the tests at the end of the year. After you take them, I will be grading them here in the last week of June. Sadly, I'll be doing it digitally online. Usually they bring us into Kansas City, Missouri. You can see I have my AP World Reading shirt on and from last year, and that gives me a lot of insight into the course. I know some more of the ins and outs of the course to go on, and I try to pass that knowledge on to you. I've had a pretty good track record on this course. This year's course grades are obviously still out. We don't know who got what, but I usually have quite a few people get college credit every year. I do better than usually the national average and the state average on this test. So I like to think I know what I'm talking about. But what it really comes down to this course is you and how much you're willing to put into this course to do well at it. All right, so let's get going and talk a little AP World here. Okay, so AP World is a full year course that encompasses all of human history from 1200 BCE or AD to the present. So it's about an 800-year course, a little bit more than that, 820 years is what we're looking at. We do spend a little bit of time, and that's a good piece of your summer assignment, reviewing the content that comes before that. You will be expected to draw on what you've learned from Global 9 to use it as context and background knowledge for this course. It's going to be something you really need to be able to apply some of this information you've learned this year. And a lot of what you're doing in the summer assignment should be reviewed just at a slightly different level and a slightly different take on it. The course was redesigned last year. This year, 2019-2020, was the first year with the new format. It used to go all the way back to the beginning. They shortened it. Makes it a little bit easier to teach, but also there's a lot more nuance that we need to get into. You are eligible for college credit in this course based on the AP test that you will take in mid-May. And yes, I did say mid-May. This course finishes, at least the AP part of it, about a month before, 6 weeks before the rest of the school year does. We will then, after that point in time, focus on the Regents exam, which comes up in June of 10th grade year. So, you score on that course. I'll get into more how the test works. I will have a link so that you can look and see what the test looks like. But that test will be in mid-May. We don't have an official date yet because we're still in the testing period for last year or for this year. And once they get through that period, they will post the new dates. It will expect it to be somewhere around the 15th of May. This course will challenge you to learn a lot of new things besides content. Okay, this is not a course that just being able to memorize and regurgitate content that you're going to do well in. That is probably how most of you have been successful in social studies in the past, by being able to remember a lot of facts and be able to put them in a coherent form into a test or answer a lot of multiple choice questions. That is not the key to success in this course. It is part of it. You do need to understand the content, but you're going to need to be able to apply a lot more, and that's what we will focus on this year. Okay, by the end of the course, you're going to be a better writer. You're going to be a better reader, and you're hopefully going to be a better thinker than when you started. Okay, but you only do that by applying yourself to get there. And I have some very high expectations for my AP students, as you will see. And if you ask those of you who have brothers and sisters who took the course, if you ask them, they will tell you that I expect a lot from you over the course of the year. But the rewards are high because you can get college credit and save yourself having to take a history course, especially if you're not going to be someone who majors in history in college. Okay, so summer assignment. This is the kind of where the rubber hits the road for the purpose of this video here. The rationale behind it. AP test is in mid-May, 1 month before the Regents. It's really close, sometimes closer to 6 weeks before the Regents. Other parts of the country begin school as early as August 1st. They're all going to take the same exam as you take. They get maybe another 6 weeks or 5 to 6 weeks of time taking the course. So we don't have really the luxury of going back and reviewing 9th grade. And that's why I do the summer assignment, because we want to be able to compete on the same playing field on that AP test. We need a bit of a head start. This assignment is designed to give you the background knowledge that you will need to hit the ground running in September. Okay, the assignment. This will be posted on Google Classroom, but let's just take a quick look at it. All right, so you can see, and I'm not quite done with it. I have some links to put in as I posted this morning. It's going to be due the Wednesday after school starts. First day of school, I believe, is September 8th. So you got a 1-day window there to make sure you don't have any questions on how to do things at that time, but it will be due via Google Classroom at the time. The first part is just simply a welcome, and then we get into it. Some of the early parts of the assignment, the first 3 parts, are just some overview of the course, some things to know. The course outline I just posted up on Google Classroom, and the course and exam description from the College Board are both posted on Google Classroom. You will get hard copies of these in September, but you may want to look them over if you want to get an idea what the course is going to look like and how to succeed in AP. The ultimate goal is to get a high score on the AP exam. It's scored on a 5-point scale. If you get a 3, 4, or 5, you usually get college credit. Even if you don't get to that point, you learn a lot just by being on the class, and your performance in class has no bearing on what you do on the test. Your grades in the class, I should say, have no bearing on what you do on the test. It's all about whether you get the college credit. It's all about that test. And we will get into the test in a lot more examples. Okay, so I've got this video here for you to watch on this assignment. This is where the link is. I will have another video on historical thinking skills, on what are known as the reasoning process, and what are the themes of the course. Those will all be explained in those videos. Then there's an overview of the units of the course, and also a link to the geographic regions, just so you can get a handle on where is what, and some more of a terminology thing, and we'll spend more time on that. The meat of the assignment is right here. Okay, I've got 3 different kind of charts for you to do. One is on belief systems chart. This may be something that you have already done with Mrs. Delgado, at least in some form. So if you've saved your notes, you may want to use that. Otherwise, you're going to use the Ways of the World textbook. My website will have some information on it, and the ever helpful website of Freemanpedia is also a great place to go on that. The second part is a series of civilization and empires. From what used to be periods 1 through 3, and it will get you up to the time frames for the nations and the civilizations that we're going to be discovering. And you're going to be using something called an inspect chart, which I explain in some detail up in the themes section, how to fill in that theme, the inspect chart in there. Make sure as you're doing that you're paying attention to date ranges. And then finally, a little comparison of the trade routes. There's kind of 3 major trade routes leading up to the period we're in. The Silk Roads, which you're probably familiar with, what are known as the Sand Roads, which is the Sahara Desert trade, and then the Sea Roads, which is the Indian Ocean trade. The last part of the assignment is there are, I think, 8 or 10 questions that you're going to use the information on the charts to complete, it's entitled Historical Thinking Questions and 9th Grade Review. all on there. So hopefully it's not a lot of work. If you pace yourself and you do a little bit of time, it should be fine. If you leave it till the last week before school, you're going to be very busy that last week before school. So I might say, do one little section of it, before each day, each week, and you'll have it all done before you come back without stressing yourself out. You do not need, there's no bonuses for turning it in early. So that's the summer assignment. Moving back over to the rest of the information. Google Classroom, you all got the link to that a little earlier in the week. If you don't have it and you want to sign into it, there's the code to get into. The assignment will be posted by the time you see this video. You are allowed to ask me any questions you need to throughout the summer. If you have any concerns, I do pay attention to Google Classroom for AP World during that time frame. I'm going to set up, and I will put the link out there on how to do it, the ability to schedule time with me by appointment if you feel you need to. If you've got some questions that you want to ask face to face, that's fine. Also, you're going to get an email with how to access it. It will come through the Google Calendar app. All right. Watch the videos that I've posted in here. I'm going to post some videos over to the summer probably on how to better use your Google account. Also some things on how to do AP a little better during the summer. And make sure that you're at least checking your Google Classroom once a week, because there may be some updates that I pass along about the course. The other piece, and it's a lot of just another place to access the assignment and some of the information for it, is my website. This is my Mr. O'Rourke Social Studies homepage. It is accessible not only through that link, but also through the district website under classroom websites. And the link up on top for AP World is right there. That is kind of my philosophy for the course, that you're going to all get 5s. I have a number of links. There's the course outline. There's some links to Crash Course with John Green. I have to update the Khan Academy course, but that will be there. There's a copy of the course and exam description, and one of my favorite video sites, Heimler's History. And he does have a video up there for this time period that you may find useful to watch. I've got some information on essay writing, some intro to AP World, and then the summer assignment is right there on that link. Gives you another copy of the assignment, and also some of the links to the different paperwork that will also be on Google Classroom and to Freemanpedia. So that's the assignment. The textbook that you'll use for this, we're going to be using the Strayer Ways of the World 3rd edition during the year. That is a green book that some of you may have seen older brothers and sisters do. Julia Kopp, your brother Rick, has one. You're going to want to steal that from him because he's done with it. The Red Rays of the World book, if you still have that, you can continue to use that. I will give you a chart depending on which book you have. I know a couple of you have already turned that book in. If you need a new one, let me know and I can send you back out the green book. But I need to have that done before school ends this year to get those to you, because they're going to go out via the buses. Otherwise, I have to bring it to your house in person, and you don't want that to happen. So if you need a book, let me know. I will set up a chart into the assignment that will have correlations to the 2 different books. I'm also working on online access to the book also. So that is that. So kind of just to wrap up, I want to congratulate you all. You are about to embark on the greatest challenge of your academic career to this point. AP World History is a college level course, and it covers everything that has ever happened from 1200 to the present. Okay, do not take this challenge lightly. And I'm not trying to scare you off here. I just want to make sure that if you're not going to make the effort, that you take Global 10. Now, that being said, Global 10 is not a picnic. I expect a lot in Global 10 also. So it's not like you're going to be in an easy class in Global 10. Okay, but this course requires a lot of extra work. So if you think the class is going to be a breeze, I wouldn't take it. If you don't complete assignments on time or at all, don't take this class. If you're not dedicated to accruing a wealth of knowledge about the world and its peoples, don't take it. That's kind of tongue-in-cheek. If you're not up to the challenge, if you're not willing to make the extra effort that's required in a college level course, okay, there is a weekly homework from the book. There is a lot, occasional other outside work. There is a lot to do in this class, and you're going to have to budget your time, which I will help you do. But if you're not willing to make that effort, you really should think about taking Global 10. However, if you're willing to work hard, take a comprehensive look at world history, you've come to the right place. So again, not trying to scare people off, but I want to make sure that you understand what you are undertaking. Because if you decide in December that you don't want to do this course anymore, you're going to be way behind in Global 10 and have a lot of catching up to do, because Global 10 starts at 1750. This course starts at 1200. We probably will only be just getting, we might not even be getting to 1750 yet. So you will miss a lot of the curriculum that we've done up to that point, and have to catch it up, because it's all vital stuff to be able to know what comes next in Global 10. As we all know, history builds on itself. So looking forward to getting to know you all in class. Do not take this assignment as anything more than it is. It's really an idea, a review and preparatory assignment for to be ready for AP, to be able to hit the ground running and understand some of the processes, and start developing the skills you're going to need to be successful in the course. That being said, please watch the remaining videos, and we will talk to you soon. Everybody continue to enjoy the rest of the year here, and enjoy your summer.